Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. Many Nigerians looked on when Fubara was suspended, and of course the local government allocations were also suspended pending on when the sole administrator came in, and it continued. Most Nigerians were really shocked when Fubara decided to go back to his Oga and apologized and moved on, even though he has not yet been reinstated. And something similar, the same card was played in Osun State, and instead of suspension being slammed on the governor of Osun State, he decided to play a different card. Having observed what happened in River State and seeing that the template, same blueprint is about to be displayed, he decided to make a fast move, a quick one that I'm sure right now Fubara will be listening and seeing how it's being played and how it should be played. Let's find out in a moment what is going on in Osun State. As we speak, the Osun State government has dragged the federal government before the Supreme Court over the alleged unlawful seizure of statutory allocations due to its 30 local government councils since March 2025. The suit, which was filed on Monday by the state through its Attorney General, is challenging the Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, over what it described as the unconstitutional withholding of funds belonging to democratically elected councils. And the legal action instituted by a team led by Mike Ozehume, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, SAN, and Mosibwa Adetumbi, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, SAN as well, seeks an order compelling President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration to release all withheld allocations and comply with existing judgment validating the council elected on February 22nd, 2025. Court filings revealed that the AGF, in a March 26, 2025 letter, ordered the suspension of the funds, citing a crisis in the state's local government. Osun, however, argued that both the Federal High Court in Osogbo and the Court of Appeal had already ruled in favor of the newly elected councils, while nullifying the October 15, 2022 polls conducted under the previous administration. The state is asking the Supreme Court to declare that the AGF has no constitutional power to withhold local government allocations or disobey valid court judgments. It also seeks a perpetual injunction against future seizures of funds as long as elected councils remain in office. The seizure, suspension, withholding, and refusal to pay the allocations and revenues due to the local government councils of the plaintiff state is unconstitutional, unlawful, and ultra-varies the powers of the defendant, the summons partly read. Osun raised the 5 issues for the Apex Court's determination, including whether the AGF is constitutionally bound under Section 287 Sub 2 and 3 of the 1999 Constitution to enforce judgment of the Federal High Court and the Court of Appeal, and whether the AGF acted beyond his powers by issuing directives that contradicted subsisting court rulings. Now, the state further asked the court to determine whether the AGF can continue to cite the local government crisis as justification for withholding funds despite the latest judgment of the Court of Appeal on June 13, 2025, which affirmed the legitimacy of the February 2025 councils. In addition to the Supreme Court action, Osun had filed a separate suit at the Federal High Court Osogbo, challenging the transfer of an earlier case on disputed allocation from Osogbo to Abuja. The government argued that such a transfer violated court rules and could create conflicting judgments. In an affidavit supporting the application, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Olufemi Akande Ogundon, described the federal government's stance as an affront to the rule of law, stressing that only the Supreme Court can resolve the constitutional issues. The state cited precedents including AG Kano State versus AG Federation 2007 and RMAFC versus AG River State 2023 to strengthen its position. Osun also accused the AGF of creating a self-induced urgency, noting that he failed to respond to processes for over 80 days before filing an affidavit of urgency on August 13, 2025. With the matter now before the Supreme Court, the state has asked that all proceedings at the lower court be suspended until the apex court delivers judgment. No hearing date has yet been fixed. This is the second time a case will be in front of the Supreme Court and they're yet to give us a hearing date. PDP did same. PDP Court Governors Forum dragged the case of Fobara River State to Supreme Court up till today. We are waiting for Supreme Court to act. We have not even got a date. My colleague is in the house. Two cases, similar situation. What's your take?
Well, unfortunately, this is a dangerous precedent for democracy in Nigeria. There are a lot of things that have been happening in this country that every time I look at it, I say one thing, that starting it is not the problem, because behind Bola Tinubu and other leaders who are coming on board, there are a lot of record breakers. Some will see a situation in this country where the Supreme Court will be so childish, or let me say the judiciary will be so childish that there are some cases that you will file before them that they will not be able to do anything about it. Anything that contravenes the law, which the federal government have done, they will be instructed not to go ahead with the case, at least to help preserve some level of respect for themselves, so that Nigerians will not help them interpret the law for themselves. So they will warn them, don't attend to that case until it surpasses the time. And this is not good for democracy as a whole. This is a pointer to the fact that some high-handed people have taken over democracy and they want to run it. Imagine you leaving a state without payment, the local government without payment for as long as that number of months. You're stalling everything about the local government. You don't even care about how the local government guys are feeding. You don't care about what's up with them and all of that. Such cases, if it will be handled by the likes of Supreme Court, should even be something that 1 week time you've concluded everything about it, so that the people can see how much you care about them. But just imagine, because of the fact that they have sat on the constitution, possibly perused through it left, right, center, there is no justification for such decision to be taken. That's why you see them, they pretend as if they are in recess. They don't even have knowledge that such case is still pending. I mean, the latest Attorney General, apart from the latest Attorney General, the one who is in charge of the court, CGN, they should know that at the end of the day, when they will be carrying out ratings, some of them will see the script written about them, that they will be shocked. Some of them, on their passing out days, when they will be leaving that seat, the kind of things that will be said about them will be shocking to them. Because unfortunately, this has never happened in the history of Nigeria. It's happening. Imagine if all this kind of people were around during the time Obasanjo was seeking for a re-election for third term. Imagine if this kind of people were around. They will keep quiet and those things will happen without Bola Tinubu. Possibly, I don't know what is in his mind, but I tell you the truth that if he wants a third term after the second term, with the judiciary we are seeing, with the legislature we are seeing, it will be done without anyone saying anything. It's so bad, I must say. Nobody cares about the people. It's all about governance. As far as it does not work in sync with the one party intention that you have, everything must go just or everything will be going in a way of silence for the judiciary, so that they would not interrupt the constitution. But guess what? It's absolutely wrong. Because if as judiciary, you cannot look the executive in the eyes and say, sorry, sir, we can't mean loss, and this one is absolutely wrong. And I feel at this point that the NBA should be seeking for elections for judicial officers to be put in office. Because if it is the people that is voting them into that seat, this kind of things we are seeing would not be happening. But if it is by appointment, unfortunately, if the person appointing you into that seat is a man who is very, very authoritarian, he will see a way of controlling you and making, if you look by, he will just delete the whole thing. It's troubling, I must say.
All right, that's we're going to wrap it up. Let's meet in the comment section.